past that to like to funk, you know, like the Parliament, you know, of course,
Yeah,
even
psychedelic, all
all the way
that,
back to
man.
James Brown, you know, like it's crazy how far funk goes
Mm,
back, and how at one point it was like it was like mainstream. Funk was mainstream at one point, and now it's kind of like
right.
it's kind of like the mainstream sound is right now currently is, I would say, it's trap. But this whole funk is gonna
Yeah,
come back around, man. History repeats itself, and I
of
see good
course.
things happening, man. I see good things happening for this sound.
And it's through us, bro. It's through the artists. We That's the whole part of sampling, the whole part of redoing somebody's song, to get that hype back on them, because that's what we grew up on. Like I feel like funk may have seemed like it died out because of disco. That's when it was more popping, and then disco
Right.
went away, and but I feel like it was artists like fucking Ice Cube, like who else Mac 10, what I'm saying, that started sampling these funk artists, Bootsy Collins, they started sampling James Brown as well,
Right. Right.
Parliament, Funkadelic, they were sampling, stuff like that is what kept funk going. And I feel like funk never died, because now you still got artists like who So Sonic, Anderson Paak, and Bruno Mars. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, that you know that right there is the beautiful thing about funk is it could go so many ways. You know, you got artists like Snoop Dogg making that G funk, and then you got that Silk Sonic of that pop funk, and then you
Mhm.
got like it's just crazy. There's so many different types of funks, and to be honest, right now is just a perfect time to be recreating, and revamping funk to a
Yeah,
different stage and a new era and a new period of time. Like this funk
mm,
that I'm putting out right now, bro, is gonna be when you hear it, it's gonna make you think of a period of time in history, man. And it's crazy, man. I love funk, man. I couldn't see myself doing any other genre right now.
yeah. No doubt, bro. Like I've really been listening to all your albums, from 2015 to now. You know what I mean? Like I've really been doing my homework, and the thing I can definitely say, you've definitely progressed, but the one thing that never changed was your style of what you're trying to bring to the table, bro. That funk, that real shit that makes you think, bro. You know what I mean? Because when you rap, your music isn't just, you're trying to sound cool, or you're trying to say shit that makes everybody be like, oh, got him. No, your music, you really got to sit
Right,
down and listen to this cat and think. You know what I'm saying?
right,
That's that conscious shit.
right.
I wrote down some questions, so if you see me looking down on my iPad and stuff like that, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I'm just trying to, get to my questions and stuff.
Oh,
But
so good.
yeah. So like definitely in Tell Me, you know what I mean. Your song Tell Me, it's just one of those you really got to sit there and vibe with this cat. You got to hear his story. You got to hear what he's talking about. You know what I mean. You were like lay dog in my whip, fat laces in my shoestrings. Ain't that's some real
Right.
shit, bro. That's how I grew. See, I'm from the '90s, bro. So we grew up on
Yeah.
that era. When I was in middle school, we were kind of like rocking the Chucks or the Fat Farms with the fat laces.
Right.
You remember that?
Right. Yeah, the fat laces, and then everybody, wherever section you was from, everybody would wear their colors and shit. So,
Yeah,
man, like
definitely.
that line right there for sure. You know, we grew up on Nate Dogg. We grew up playing basketball at the park, listening to Nate Dogg, DJ Quick, you know, DPG,
Mm,
just all that whole G Funk P Funk era. Man, I grew up on it. You know, so being
yeah,
able to recreate that in my own twist is like secondhand to me. You know,
right.
I was just so familiar with it. I grew up on it. I still listen to it. You know, and I think the most important thing is that uh, doing your homework and doing your research and listening how it came about to where it's at
Your
right.
sound and your voice is so like distinct that you're really gonna bring, like how I kind of hear like a Kendrick type of style, and Kendrick jumps on anything. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick, what you
Right,
do
right.
you're unique. You're your own style, but your topics, your subject matters, it never stayed the same. You know what I mean? It's always progressing, and it's always getting better, and I love hearing that, because there's some artists that you hear the first album, maybe the first two albums, and you're like,
Right.
okay, I fuck with him, and then come the third, fourth album, you're like, oh, this nigga been like having too much fun, or he's been getting too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But you,
So
bro,
I'm gonna
like,
tell you. Oh no, my bad for cutting you
no,
off.
of
I was
course,
gonna
go
say,
ahead.
man, I think the most important part in being an artist is to figure out how to adapt and how to, how would you say it, stay relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because like the when I first caught my buzz in music, I was doing lyrical trap, and I was doing it for several years. But as I kept like going with my career, I seen that wasn't working as good as it was initially for me. So I had to kind of like go a little bit more into the funk, because I was doing funk already, but I had never like really like gone so deep into like creating a whole body of work that's just all funk songs, you know. So that was my
Yeah,
first time. That's my second album that I released that was just all funk from the beginning to end. But for the most part, man, it's all about adapting and figuring out like what's working and what's not working. And the only way to do that is being an independent artist. The only way to do that is trial and error. There's a lot of songs where I don't do well for me that I think are going to, and then there's a lot of songs that do well for
mm,
me that I would have never thought, you know, would have done such numbers. So it's all about
yeah,
keeping your options open, man. You can never stop trying. Like there's always like a chance. Like as long as you're trying, there's always a chance. There's always opportunity. There's always doors that are gonna open from just being
yeah,
optimistic and figuring things out, bro.
of course. So, Ovi, what I do with LA Unlocked, man, I know the bigger people get, the less interviews they're able to do, just because of labels and stuff like that. You got to keep your identity kind of hidden from the world. um it's kind of ironic because when you're famous, you're all over the you know what I mean, you're all over the world and shit, known.
Right.
But anyways, like I was gonna say, with LA Unlock, we know that time comes for every artist. So that's why I try to really like dig deep on these questions that I ask. I want people to know who you really, really are as a person, because 10, 15 years from now, when you're so big, they're like, they're gonna be want to know who you really were before all this. And these interviews and this type of the questions I ask, it's gonna let them know, hey, it don't matter how big this dude gets, he's humble. And this is an interview you could watch where that'll prove that he's humble, that he's down to earth, he's one of us. So with that being said, I want to talk about your background, bro. What was it like growing up for you, being an Afakasi? You know what I'm saying? I too am one, and we have two different cultures, two different ethnicities that are kind of similar, but they're two totally different opposites. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
Right. Right.
what was it
Well,
like for you? Was
for
Oceanside your
me,
hometown, or?
yeah. So for me, I'm born and raised in Oceanside. I grew up in Oceanside in a section called Fireside, um, in Oceanside. Oceanside is very diverse. It's a developing city where you go down to the beach and it's just changed. You know, there's so much tourists, there's so much development going on, and then you go to the inner city and you know what I'm saying, you can find action if you want it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was like a whole
Yeah,
being able to go and drive 10 minutes to the beach, and also culture that influenced my music. It's like I got to experience a lot living in Oceanside, and I got to
yeah,
um, really like get familiar with a lot of different like cultures and backgrounds out here, because we live so
mm,
close to such a big military base. We get people from all over the world
right, right.
here. You know, it's almost like another Long Beach. You know, we're right next to a military base, and we get people of all color, all shades, and you know, like it's a melting pot. At the end of the day, it's like
Mm.
it's really made me the artist that I am today, man. And the experiences I've had in the city is like is painted through all my songs. You know, it gives me something to talk about in my music.
Oh
But
yeah,
I went to school out
yeah,
here, man. I went to school out here. I started doing music when I was in middle school, and I had been, you know, creating music back when people were putting it on a hard disk or a CD, as you would say, and
yeah,
passing them out. I was doing the footwork since the beginning. I used to pass out CDs at the street market. I used to sell them at school. But I just kept it going from high school, from middle school through high school to right where I'm at right now. I had always had
Yeah. Right.
business, and
Right.
I think
And you can just be in
that's where a lot of
school
people
and
get.
just rap in
That's where a
front
lot of
of.
people, right? That's where a lot of people get stuck at, though. Is taking it from a hobby to a business because it gets a little complicated once it turns into a business. You know, you got to start considering, you know, what's going to sell. You got to start considering your analytics and who's listening, and you got to kind of start like planning things accordingly and paying a little bit more attention to what you're putting out. Because at the end of the day, when it's a business, you're trying to stay honest with yourself, but you're also trying to make a living, if you know what I mean.
Sorry, I was reading one of the comments and they said that the service they couldn't really hear anything.
To where the service is a little better, but
Yeah,
shit out here, it's a dead end zone, man.
yeah. It's a shame. It's sad. It's a shame you guys couldn't hear the earlier ones, but I'm starting to see the comments that it's good now. So this dude's really telling a good story, man, and I really really like it. I want to keep on going on with the questions if I may continue. With
Yeah.
rap. So growing up, man, like what was playing in your household? What because you said you've been doing this since you were middle school, and middle school isn't too far from being, a younger kid. You know what I'm saying? From 8, 9 years old, 10 years old, 12 years old, you're already in middle school. So that's not a far gap. What were you listening to that got you into wanting to be an artist? Or did you hold on, let me rephrase that. Did you want to be an artist already before middle school, or was it just one of those things that came to you?
It really just came to me, man, and the way that it did was I was surrounded by people in my neighborhood that were making music, and they were making neighborhood songs, you know, and I
Okay.
wanted to be a part of that. I wanted to represent for my section. So what I did was I had one of my homies take me to where they recorded at, and it was in this dude's bedroom. Um,
Okay.
and I go over there, we record a song, and it was my first song in middle school, and then I showed it to a couple people, and they were all bigging me up on it, but I knew it was trash. But you know what I'm saying, I had such an interest that I kept going. After that, I was like, you know what, I need to find somewhere that's like a real official studio. I need to actually
Yeah.
pay for some time. I gotta figure out, you know what I'm saying, like I gotta buy materials to make CDs. Um,
Mhm.
I guess at that point, bro, I had started deciding to be an artist, and I think that was in sixth grade. I recorded my first song, and I just had a really, really heavy interest in it, and I took it a little bit more serious getting into high school, and
Okay.
actually being able to sell CDs. Because in middle school, I was just passing it out, trying to get my
Yeah.
name out there. But in high
Yeah.
school is
We
when
don't
I
know
was
too
able
much about selling shit. Yeah. In middle school.
in high school is when I actually got to sell CDs, like actually make a dollar on it, a couple
Yeah.
dollars on it. But yeah, man, in middle school, was when I had a heavy interest. And at the time, I was listening to a lot of like stuff that, my uncles and my pops would play. And it was like a lot of like soul music, uh, a lot of even rock. Like I had some rock and roll influence in there. My pops, he was really into like, he was really into music. And to be honest, he really was into like dancing and shit. So
Okay.
I kind of picked up the whole like groove thing from my pops and having the whole funk groove because my pops was a big, big, big time funk head, bro. He
Okay.
loved
So
funk.
when you say dancing, elaborate. Was he like a breaker? Was he a
Pop
pop
locking,
locker? Okay.
pop locking, pop locking, man. My pops used to he still does though. Whenever I see his ass, he be pop locking his shit. But
Yeah.
my pops used to pop lock, man, and my little brother right now, he's a pop lock instructor
Oh,
out here in the
nice.
town. But
Okay.
but I was also into it too, but I never went the dancing route. I was more of the music. I like the
Yeah.
music. I like the groove of it. I like the melodies, and I was really into like the melodies of the funk music. And of the funk music, and like I would say middle school to where I'm at right now, man. Like it's like it's like so much out here, and just experiencing things out here, man. But yeah, yeah, Oceanside for sure. Is gonna be a well known.
I like to beg to differ, bro. I think it already is. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people know about Oceanside, man. And people maybe like you're right, maybe it's not as big on the map, but you know what? That's what we're for. You know, the artists that are from the areas, that's what we're here to do. You know what I'm saying? It's our job to wherever you're from. I'm from a small city called Linwood, man, in Cali,
Right,
near
right.
LA. And I've been trying to put that shit on since day one. To this day, I'm still putting it on. And it's just one of those, if you love where you're from, man, like it doesn't matter if they don't know where you are or if it's not as big right now. If you keep putting that time and the effort, bro, like you're gonna be Mr. Oceanside. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's gonna think about that, how does that feel? You know, let's get to that. How does that feel knowing that you're one of the artists, or you're actually like the artist that's gonna be, Matt Dre to the Bay, Ice Cube to LA, Snoop to Long Beach. Like, how does it feel that to be that you're oh yeah, Oceanside. That's Dezzy Hollow. You feel what I'm saying?
A lot of responsibility for sure.
Mm.
A lot of responsibility and a lot of a lot of push. It makes me like motivated. It makes me feel like fuck. Like if I'm finna represent right. I'm finna go
Damn right.
hard. I'm not gonna stop until this motherfucker like is out there and it's people know about us. Like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
stop, man. So it literally gives me a flame and it gives me like some heat under my ass to just get up and just keep doing this motherfucking thing, man. For
That's
sure,
what's
for
gonna
sure.
keep you consistent. That heat under your ass, man. That shit keeps you
Right,
consistent, bro.
right. And I could feel it, bro. I could feel it because like you could just feel like the energy that the city brings to me, man, because I
Yeah.
portray it through my music, man, because like, whenever
Bro,
I
I'm seeing
drop.
it in here, dog. All these people, all these comments, and we're gonna get to the comments too. I don't want any of your fans to feel left out because we're here for them, bro. So, shout out to everybody. Like Oceanside is all up in there, bro. So I believe you, man. I believe you.
No, man, but for sure, man. If you're gonna represent for a city or a section or wherever you're from, you got to do it right, and you
You gotta
definitely got
come
to
with
set
it,
an
dog.
example.
You gotta come with
You,
it, man.
you definitely got to set an example because at this point, bro, and that's what I was saying. Like when I first started doing music, it was purely and solely for me and my section, and now like it's evolved to where it's all about my town. It's all about my city. Like I'm doing it for the whole city. I'm doing it for Oceanside as a whole, bro, because what I'm saying, like it's where I'm from. It's literally me, bro. Like my like you hear my music,
Yeah.
all my shit is just talking about my hometown and what I've been through out here. So it's like you gotta know Oceanside if you know who Desi Hollow is.
Yeah,
Got
and you will. You definitely will from how you've been putting yourself out there. So I want to get back to your style, man, because I don't hear you biting anybody, but I do hear some influences that I want to ask.
right,
Did you grow up to that? Because I can hear it. For sure in Can't Be No Punk.
right.
I hear like a Busy Bone, like a Bone Thug type of influence. So would you say Bone Thugs, and even in a lot of your other songs when you do your speed rap, would you say Bone Thugs kind of you had an influence
Oh,
listening to them?
Bone Thugs, bro. Man, I can't even start to talk about how much influence Bone Thugs and just listening to them and their cadences and bro. I studied so many different artists and their cadences and their deliveries and all that, bro. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy, man. It's crazy. But Bone Thugs did have a big influence on my music. And the whole cadence that you're talking about is the triple cadence. The
yeah, yeah.
but
The
they don't
triple
seem
cadence,
like
yep.
to get it's the triplets is what it's called. So I put triplets in
Yeah,
the beginning of each bar. Um to give it that swing. It has kind of like a little bit of a more of a swing on the beat. And I like to do that on slow beats because slow beats, anybody can rap, bro. Anybody can rap. Anybody
yeah,
can rap. But
yeah,
but to
yeah.
have
Definitely.
but to make that shit like to get on a slow beat, bro, and to just talk your shit, but then speed it up, slow it down, speed it up, slow it down, little bit of triplets right here, bro. Like that is art, bro. Like that's art. That's like that's just like it's just crazy. It's art, bro. Like anybody can make a rap song, but to be able to
Right.
to throw your sauce on it and fuck it up how you want to, bro. Like that right there is like is style, bro. Like your style makes you unique, you know. Like I have a style that like is been studied from so many different artists that like it's just fun. Like for me to spit those triplets and to mix my cadences, like it makes the music. It makes it me. So like when you hear like the singing going
Right.
into triplet rapping, that's like
Yeah.
that's like my style right there, bro. That's my style. Like, and the reason why I love doing that is because the singing and then the triplet flow, they're kind of like they go against each other a little bit, you know, like the
Yeah, they're kind of
harmonic.
competing. Who's gonna
Right,
win? Am
right.
my singing gonna win? Am my rapping part gonna win? Like,
Right,
yeah,
right. And that's why I love doing that shit, bro, because the singing, the melodic shit, like I can do that, you know, and then the triplets, like I can do that too. So why not put them both on the same record? And it's so
yeah,
dope because it's like it gives the song texture. It gives it a lot of texture, bro, because one is melodic and smooth, and then the other shit is rugged and rough, and it just
right.
gives the song what I like to call like the effect of like going up and down. Like the
Yeah,
song goes
it
up
gives it
and down, up
emotion.
and down.
It gives it
Right.
emotions, feelings. You know what I'm saying? So I want to keep this going, man. I've seen that you've done a few songs, and this is an honor too, bro, because I really fuck with Mitchy Slick heavy. So you know what I mean. I seen you done a few songs with that. What's your relationship with him? Like your friendship with him?
Me and Mitchy Slick. Uh, I met Mitchy Slick probably 4 years ago, and
Okay.
he reached out to me because to believe it or not, he has ties to Oceanside. He has a lot of ties to Oceanside, um, and he made the trip up to Oceanside to come meet me from Dago, and he was telling me, "Oh man, I peeped your shit. Your shit's cool, and I want to work with you." So me and Mitchy ended up going to the studio. A funny story, bro. Funny story. I brought Mitchy to the studio. At this time, I was recording at my engineer's home studio,
Okay.
and you're not allowed. He doesn't walk inside his house with shoes on. He doesn't walk on the carpet with shoes on.
Okay.
So I brought Mitchy with me, and Mitchy, I don't know if you forgot his socks or like slip-on shoes, but he didn't have socks on. So it was like, you gotta take your shoes off, Mitchy. Mitchy didn't have socks on, so it was kind of like, what the fuck is he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be in the studio barefoot.
Yeah.
So that shit was crazy, bro. And that was the second time we went to the studio, and that shit had me dying, bro. But Mitchy is a
Talk.
good guy.
Yeah.
Mitchy guy, bro. Solid individual. Um, he he's one of the few artists where I can say, um, is sincere in what he says, and if he says he's gonna do something, he does it, bro. And there's not a lot of people that be keeping their word or
Right.
really be about their word. But Mitchy is a solid individual, bro. So when he came up to meet me and talk to me and asked to work with me, bro, like it was
Mm.
on. So we made our first song together called Homies.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I
And
heard
that was
that
on
one.
the Stay Current. He hopped on the Stay Current album. He hopped on a song called Homies, and then after that, the album after that, he jumped on a song called Gangsta Party. Um, and then he hopped on another song called Allegations with Ryan Anthony. Um,
Okay.
but me and Mitchy, we purely know each other from him finding out about my music. But he's a
Mm.
solid individual, man. Meeting him and working with him, and that's the crazy thing. I have been listening to Mitchy Slick since I wasn't even making music, bro. Since back in the day,
Yeah.
I
He's
was a
been
big
around for a
fan of Mitchy
while.
Slick. Right, right. I was a big fan of Mitchy Slick for a long time, man. And that's what like the first artist that I listened to a lot that I was able to work with was Mitchy Slick. And then it went on to like Sugar Free and Dub C and the
Yeah.
artists that I have right now. But it all started with first getting Mitchy on a song, bro. Like I was a big fan of Mitchy Slick. I still
And it
am.
just
I still
became
am.
it
For
just
sure.
became like a domino effect. Would you say? as far as
Something
connections, or
like that. Something
what
like
do you
that.
mean like that opened up? Was it the connections that opened up, or was it that, hey,
No,
I got this dude?
no, I mean, not no connections or nothing like that. I'm just saying, like, working with Mitchy Slick was the start of like, hey, like, I'm doing something right. Like, I got this artist
Mm,
that I've been listening to for so long growing up, reaching out
yeah,
to me, telling me that I'm dope, that he wants to work with me. Like that
yeah.
right there was crazy, bro. Like that. What I mean by that was the start of like a flame of like, damn, like encouragement.
Mm,
It started like I guess it gave me more confidence. It was a start of like a shot of confidence, man. And working with Mitchie was dope, man. And he's solid, man. I gotta shout out Mitchie, man. Solid guy, bro.
yeah, man. Shout out Mitchy Slick, bro. Just because like it just gave me chills, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Just, because this artist that I listen to, bro, and me being an artist myself, I pray, and I saw this interview that Snoop did, and he was like, yeah, man, when I was doing my Walk of Fame, I had people there that I was listening to as a kid, and I didn't think I would ever know them. And he was starting to name, when he did his Walk of Fame, Quincy Jones was there, Stevie Wonder was there, stuff like that. So it's just like, it's one of those. These are his heroes, and now they're saying that this is their best friend. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, how do you feel about
Yeah,
that? Knowing that one of these days, these big celebrities that you look up to and stuff like that, they're gonna probably walk, like they're gonna be there and be like, oh yeah, this is my best friend, or this is my homie. What's that feeling like to you, man? Because they also, this is a two-part thing, because they also say it's not good to meet your heroes. So maybe you could counter that as well.
man. It's mixed emotions, bro. I'm over here bigging up Mitchie and telling him how great he is, man. I've met artists, bro, that I've looked up to even longer than Mitchie. Like the I don't even know if I should share it, bro, but I've met artists that a particular artist I met recently um that made me make my first rap song.
Mm.
I met him recently, and he wasn't what you know. What I'm saying, like he's a great artist, but he wasn't what you think in person. Like
Ah,
there's some
okay.
artists that aren't. You know what I'm saying. They're two different people. Like they're great artists. They're geniuses of what they do. But then there's some artists that are geniuses, but then in person they lack that people person skill.
Yeah, definitely. That friend that you could almost be like they're so caught up in their ego that they're just like, yeah, I don't have time to deal with, trying to be nice to someone, or trying to be uh you know, your hero all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it gets to them. I can believe, having everybody look up to you. So I wanna bring that on to you. Like, how do you handle situations where, because now you're out there, bro. Like, you're getting famous, and I know it sounds corny and cliche to say that, but you're getting famous and you're getting big out there. What's that like for you to have to what's it like trying to keep your composure in certain things? Because I'm sure you're gonna get people talking shit, but also you're gonna get people that show too much love. You know what I'm saying? Grabbing on you, yo, can I rap for you? Can I talk to you? How do you handle stuff like that?
I'm gonna tell you, bro. Um, Whenever somebody sends me their song, whenever somebody asks me, can I spit some lyrics to you? Whenever somebody says, can you take some time out of your day to listen to this new song I released or something like that? I listen to it, bro. I listen to it.
Mm,
I listen to
yeah, I
it.
love that.
And if I tell you I'm gonna listen to it or I'm gonna get to it, I, I'm gonna get to it, bro. And I respond to everybody, bro. I respond to everybody, and I don't just respond to them just to satisfy them. I low key love sharing a piece of what I've accomplished, bro. Like I think personally, I think that what me and my team have done, we've accomplished a lot, bro. A lot for the city. So whenever I get a chance to kind of like spit a little bit of that game to people that actually are sincerely want to hear it, bro, I
Yeah,
go off, man. I tell them everything. I tell them everything plus more. Mainly
yeah.
because it's like, why not? Like
It's our job, right? But wouldn't you
right.
say that that's our job? We have to. I've seen it on the interview with KRS One, and he was like, "Art." that's why my name is Knowledge reigns supreme over anyone, because knowledge, you have to speak, and I'm never gonna stop. He said he's never gonna stop teaching people about rap or hip hop, because he knows that that's the only way that you can be a successful artist. And would you be able to agree with that?
Of course, man, of course. And another thing is that, like, even if I do share things, uh, everything that I know to somebody else, it doesn't mean that it's gonna apply to what they have going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day,
Yeah,
everybody has their own blueprint, and nobody has the same blueprint, bro. Nobody. Everybody's is
right.
different. It's like an identity. Like, everybody is different.
Yeah, it's like
But
these, bro. It's like your fingerprints,
right,
dog. Nobody got the same
right,
one.
right,
Yeah,
right. Everybody's come up is different. But if I could share something from what I'm doing that can probably benefit you, I'm gonna share
yeah,
it, man, for sure.
yeah. So let's keep it going with these questions, bro. I want to get back to your roots. Your heritage, your family. Like, um, let's talk about that if you don't mind. What was there? Because you've been doing this at such a young age, bro. What was there? What were they
So
like? Just to sum it
they,
up, what were they like? What did they
I,
feel about it?
Uh,
So,
like my fam, bro, they were very, 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 very supportive in me making music. And the reason being was because in middle school there was a lot. I went to Jefferson Middle School in Oceanside. And
okay,
Jefferson Middle School in Oceanside is like going to I I don't know, like it's going to somewhere where like there's just so much going on. There's so much tension. It's like I don't know. It's a place where a lot of people learn where they're gonna like what section, or pretty much it's a place you go to where you figure out yourself very fast, bro. Because I got into some of my first fights in Jefferson Middle School, and it was like definitely like a place like damn, like it gave me a lot of like things to write about, and it kind of like
mm,
shaped me into like a person that was, I don't know, bro, like kind of like tough, like trying to always be kind of like down, wanting to be hard type of vibe. So
yeah,
at the time, I was influenced by a lot of people that kind of were making me go a bad direction. So my folks and my fellas, my fam, they really supported me behind the music because it gave me a chance to kind of like be away from the certain people I was hanging out with and the certain things I was doing, to where now um, I'm not a follower no more. Like now it's
yeah,
like I could be a leader. I have a voice. Because like I said, bro, like back in the day, I was a big time follower, bro. Like I wanted to be like my peers so bad, bro. I wanted to be just like them, dress like them, talk like them, walk like them. And now it's like I'm my own person, bro. Like I'm a leader now. I don't have to try
yeah.
to be like somebody else. So I think that my family seen that me having a voice and becoming a leader was way more better than being a follower and falling
But
for the decisions that other people were doing.
but you know what? That's wonderful, bro. And you know what? I feel like sometimes you wouldn't have been able to be a follower. I mean, a leader, had you not followed, people in leading positions. Had you
Right,
not learned from
right,
them, and they taught they. It might seem like it's bad to be a follower, bro, but you just learned from this cat, and he taught you how to be a leader. Like me, I was a heavy follower of All Money and of Nip's work, and to even be able to work with them, it was an honor. You know what I mean? But now I can lead my team. Now I can come to LA on lock and help continue to lead with my bro N3, just because I've learned from that. I've learned from being
yeah,
a follower. It teaches you how to lead. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I think it's great. It's great that you had those people that you could look up to, because growing up, especially in tough areas, man, you got people that, even, I know it's all about the kids, but you got people that don't give a shit if you're a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're
yeah,
not gonna put in work, if you're not gonna be down with the hood, you're gonna get beat up every single day. So
right,
that's why sometimes we're forced into being followers. You know what I'm saying? But
right,
it's all, at the end of the day, it's on how that person comes out of that shit. And you came out of that still alive, still breathing, and you, like you said, you have a story to tell now. You came out with a story. So, tell people more about your story, man. What do you want them to know about you that they don't know?
man, I think that I think that my story is still going, bro. Like, to be honest with
Mm,
you, it's almost just beginning. You know, like I'm finally at a point, bro, where like I can call I can call certain artists right now, you know, and talk to certain artists that I would only have dreamt about a couple years ago.
mm.
And it's crazy that I
And
now
now
have
they're
their
your homies.
and now I have their personal phone number, you know.
Mm,
And to be honest, it doesn't change shit. You know, I'm still from Oceanside. I'm still putting it down. I'm still on the same hustle. I'm still have the same motivation, the same you know what I'm saying, the same hustle skills that I had since the beginning. Like, I'm still that Oceanside kid, but it's just uh, 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 advancing and leveling up every year,
yeah,
you know. And I think it's important to be like, all right, this year I'm gonna do such and such and such, and then next year I'm gonna do such and such and such, and then by that year I'll be able to do such and such. Because it's like setting goals is important, bro. Because you could be at home in your hometown doing as many local shows as you want, but at the same time, it's kind of like you kind of like set your worth.
yeah,
um you set your worth, and you set the bar for yourself. So next year I want to do this venue, this venue, and then maybe after that next year I'll be able to do this festival, this festival, this festival. You know what I'm saying? It's
right.
all about
Yeah.
leveling up and aiming high every year, bro. And when I look back at the last 5 years I've been
Mm,
doing music, I see something bigger each year. Like each year, like to the next, I see, like when I recount like my last 5 years of doing music, I can see like
yeah.
something bigger and bigger happening every year as I go. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy, bro. Like I did a song, I produced a song that I have on my album called No Percent with Sugar Free.
Okay.
And it was crazy, man. It was crazy working with Sugar Free and actually
Is
being
that
on the
under
phone with him.
the One Nation Under the Funk?
One Nation Under the Funk,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I seen that. Yeah.
So I sent him the song, bro. Like initially, I sent him the song. Um, I sent him the song that I produced, and then I put an idea over it, and then I sent it to Sugar Free. Sugar Free calls me back, and he's like, "Hey man, I listened to that shit. That shit's fire." He's like, "We got one with this." He's like, "But you know we're gonna have to make more, right?" We're gonna have to do some more shit together. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So that shit right there, bro, is just crazy. I can't look. I can't tell
It,
you how crazy that is to be able
Cause it
to
was
like
like
talk to somebody.
I got one song off the dude, and now he wants more songs. Like it's got to be an amazing feeling.
Bro, yeah, and hearing his voice, and he talks literally just how he sounds on the phone. I mean, he talks
Yeah,
on the phone literally how he sounds on the song.
and the
Like
record,
that
yeah,
whole that whole quick, like he's super like talking like 100 miles a minute, and I'm just like, oh shit, I'm trying to like break down everything you're saying, but bro, he's
yeah,
real cool dude, Sugar Free, man. And
yeah.
to be able to talk to him on the phone, bro, is nuts, man. It's nuts. Talking to him, talking to Little Rob on the phone,
Lil
and
Rob,
just it's
wow,
crazy, man. Yeah,
yeah,
I'll tell you one thing, man. Little Rob is one of the most down to earth people I have probably ever met, and I'm not talking about down to earth artist I've ever met. I mean down to earth
yeah,
person I've ever met. Little Rob,
yeah.
man, he showed me love out the gate, bro, and doing that song. I have two songs with Little Rob. I have one called I Got Love, and then I have one on my album called Shorty with Baby Bash. Um, and that song, I'm for sure gonna have to shoot a video for it. But he he showed me love, bro, since the day I met him, and I just met him recently. I'll probably say I've known him for a year now, and he's just shown me hella love, bro. And I don't know if it's because he's from like North County or what, but he's just showed me love off the bat, bro.
Well, you know what it is. I know a lot of people that know him personally, and they say the same thing. He's a good person. Like if he sees talent and if he sees somebody who's dedicated and working hard, it's almost like a magnet because that's how he is. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's they're gonna be a magnet and they're gonna attract each other, and that's a lot of things that people told me that know him personally is if he fucks with you and he sees talent, he's gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? That he
Right,
fucks with
right.
you.
And another thing I was telling some people, I think it was at my on my last interview, I was telling them that these older artists, even the ones that I have on my album, like Dezzy, Sugar Free, Baby Bass, Lil Rock, they just want something that they they just want you to bring something to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like whether it be talent, uh, uh, uh whether it be whatever, you just have to bring something to the table. You can't just be like, "Yo, man, I want to make a song with you."
Get it.
Uh, I feel like at this point in my career, like I just let the music speak. You know, I
Mhm.
just do the best I can with what talent I have, and I hope that people fuck with me for just the talent.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
the whole like fitting in, like of course I feel like an outsider. Of course, even not just because I'm light skinned or that, but I'm from Oceanside. There's nobody that's came out of Ocean, like there's nobody that's really
Right.
hit the top from Oceanside. So off the bat, bro, I'm an outsider. So it's like
Mhm.
it's always been that way with me, bro. I've always been the underdog. I've always been had something to prove. I've always wanted to prove people wrong. I've always wanted to go out of my way to make shit crazy, like stupid, retarded, dope. Like I've
Of
always wanted to
course.
do that, mainly because I have so much to prove. I have, what I'm saying. I have no backup out here. There's nobody that's pulling me up besides my team. But at the end of the day, we don't have connections to nobody in the industry. We don't have relationships with anybody in the industry. So off the bat, bro,
Mhm.
um, I
That's
only
crazy. Honestly, I wouldn't have thought that, dude. To be honest,
I
man.
bro, I purely am speaking off of just talent, bro, and off of
Right.
my team. Of course, my team, amazing fucking team, bro. The marketing, the branding, everything like that.
Yeah.
But set aside from that, like myself, I feel like I'm just speaking to people through my talents, bro. Mainly
Yeah.
because, like, of course, like I'm an outsider, like I'm an outsider for sure. But it's like people, if you're that talented and people fuck with you enough, that it don't
Yeah.
matter like what you look like or where you're from. People gonna fuck with you, bro.
Yep,
It's cool.
exactly, bro. And your team, I know a few of people from your team, Sasha, Ellie, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The people that you're working with, and they're great people, bro. And not only the fact that they're great, humble people, they push, bro. They'll push for you, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like you're really, really blessed because when you have people like that by your side, dog, you can't go anywhere else but up, bro. Because
yeah,
you can be feeling shitty. Sasha come and tell you, nah, man, like you gotta get on this, you gotta get. Ellie would be like, yo, man, you know what's going on or what's wrong? Like, what do you know what I mean? You got people that really will sit there and play any side that you need. You need a friend, bam. You need a manager, bam. You need a confidant or whatever it may be that you need. It's dope to have that around you, man. And that's the one of the key things to ever succeed in this industry, aside from having knowing people, is to having a good ass team, bro.
yeah,
Having people. LA Unlock, a perfect example of what I'm saying, because like had it not been for LA Unlock and my bro N3, we wouldn't be here, bro. We couldn't interview. I wouldn't have been able to meet a lot of top talented artists, man, and I'm forever grateful for that. So let's keep going into the questions, man, because I'm having such a great time interviewing you. What what's your writing? What How do you get in your zone to write, to work on something? What?
a dope beat has to be funk. Has to be
Yeah,
funk. I need a backwood and some fire tree, and
yes, sir.
I need to be alone.
Got you.
I need to be alone, man. And I think that I write my best music when I'm alone. Mainly because, like, I don't know, like it's like writing an essay. Do you want a bunch of people in the room while you're writing the essay? I don't.
Right, right.
I want to be in there focused
Yeah,
and shit. So for me, it's like I need my weed. I need the studio. I need to be alone, and I write
yeah,
my best music alone. But there's several times where I have the studio packed and we just write on the spot. Somebody
yeah.
uh, produce a beat and then just write on the spot, get up in the studio, record that shit, and the rest, wherever that leads us is wherever the that leads us is, you know, wherever the song.
world pass by. You're not driving. You don't have to worry about where you're gonna go. Where's the? It's just going straight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like that's the perfect time, bro. You get to see different people. Yeah, man, and I don't know, like it does give you motivation, bro. So let's keep this going. Where was your like a show that you did at? You know that you would say was the best, the hyper show, and the best city, and they showed you mad love. Like, have you had that?
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
No, no, no worries. So, where was it? Was there a show that you did that it was just so hype, bro? Everybody knew every word. It was just so much love. And do you know? Remember what city that was?
Uh, uh, I mean, for sure in the hometown. You know, in the hometown, I think that is the always the funnest to throw a show because the hometown is like your. I mean, for me, it's like it's my support system. You know, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I think one of my favorite shows, bro, was one I did in Mexico City with an artist out there. He invited me to come and do a set because we had songs together, but he invited me to do my own set. It was at the Pepsi Center in Mexico City,
Oh wow.
and that shit was nuts. It was my homeboy Alaman. He invited me to Mexico City, and I got to do one of my songs that like shook the whole building was like the whole building was nuts, man. It was a song that I did called Gangsta Shit. Um, and people were just going nuts. And I knew a lot of the people didn't even really like know the song like that. It's just the funk beat that it was a G
That
funk
yeah
beat, but it just
yeah.
rocked everybody. It made everybody move, man. But that was one of my favorite shows because it had the catwalk that went down the crowd. It had like a catwalk that went down the crowd, so I was
Oh,
able to like
dope. So you got to really like put your hand out there and
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying,
this shit
that
was
type of
wild.
shit.
Yeah, that shit was wild, man. That shit was wild. Fuck. To this day, man, I'll never forget that day. Like that shit was nuts.
Do you do you feel like us rappers do we have an impact on society?
Oh yeah, now, mainly because like just rap is just I I would believe that rap is the biggest one of the biggest genres now, and
Yeah.
with everybody doing it, it's kind of made new jobs, bro. Like it's made new
Mm.
jobs. Like engineers are making a killing, producers are making a killing. Like rappers have made a
Scouts,
lot of
A&Rs,
rapper, rap,
yeah.
rappers. Yeah, right. Rappers have made a lot of jobs for people, bro. Like in this new decade, bro. Like there's so
And you know what's crazy, bro? You know what's so crazy, brother? Rap was a job for somebody. As far as you know, remember it was the DJ, bro. The DJ was everybody was hyped for. That's who they went for. That's all they cared for. The rapper was just that guy that was just like pumping the DJ. That nobody.
right, right,
A
right, right,
rapper was
right.
a hype man. You
Right.
know what I'm
Back in the
saying?
day, they're the MCs, and but the
Yeah.
DJ was that's crazy, bro. I just was talking to my homeboy that's a DJ. How the DJ used to be the main act, and the
Hmm.
MCs on the microphone were just
Yeah.
the hype man, and the DJs were the main act, bro. Like things have changed, bro. Things it's just so
Yeah.
crazy, man. It's so crazy.
But it's a trip because people DJs are still getting that love now. Maybe they're not hip hop DJs, but you know you got those technos, those big name DJs and
Oh
shit.
yeah,
Even
Steve
even
Aoki and
yes, big name DJ now, you know, and but it felt like it came back to them being in the spotlight, but you know, unbeknownst to them that it was really a hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't had
right,
pop singers or you ain't have Dionne Warwick coming outside with a you know what I'm saying with a DJ or Al Green coming out with a DJ. You didn't have that. It was a rap thing. It was a hip hop thing. So for hip hop
right,
to transform a DJ on turntables from being in a small little warehouse to now you got, like I said, Paris Hilton, you got Steve Aoki, you got these other big that are fucking huge and famous off of being a DJ, bro. And
Right.
it trips me out when people say how they're just doing that. No, y'all don't understand. That's how it's always been. All they have to do is be in front of the fucking thing and play songs, bro. That's what it was about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. So, so when it comes down to the end of the interview, I always like to ask people, aside, forget being a rapper, bro. Forget all the albums you dropped, all the things you've done in music, bro. If you were to go back to middle school and you weren't making music and you got older and you did high school, you graduated, what would you be doing right now, bro?
Oh, bro, I'll be a farmer.
Yeah.
I would be a farmer.
Elaborate on that. Why?
Uh, I love being outside, bro. I love being outside, and I love like working outside, bro. Like before, I was doing music. Um, I was I was doing a lot of things that were like in parks and recreations and forest, like jobs, and I loved it, bro. Getting behind a chainsaw, working the chainsaw,
Yeah.
just being behind power equipment and stuff like that, bro. Like I love hard
Yeah.
labor, you know. Um,
Yeah.
and I was chopping it up with my uncle the other day, and we had there was a get together at my grandma's and shit, and he just was reminiscing with me about how we used to work all these jobs together, and it was like a lot of hard labor. And to be honest with you, like on my spare time, I love to just clean, bro. Like it's just I don't know. I like rather be outside than be in an office, bro. I've always been that way. I like
Yeah.
to be outside. But if I wasn't making music, bro, I would be doing something that's outside in the forestry for sure. Um, for sure, for
It's
sure.
amazing. It's amazing how you were helping a lot of rappers. They become rappers and then they start helping the community. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
You've been helping the community before that, bro. Like you've been outside. You know how you were talking about right now, working at parks and recreation. That's for the community. You know what I'm saying? I used to
right,
uh I used to work in at the youth centers. I used to help out the kids and stuff like that. Before I became a rapper and started doing my shit. So it's just I love that, bro. I love hearing that because like I said, most rappers they only put on or they only help out the community because they were given supposedly a contract and a chance to. As for people like us, bro, we didn't have that chance to, or we weren't doing it for publicity or to look cool. You get what I'm saying? We
right.
were helping our community because, like you just said it, bro. You love to do that shit. I love helping those kids, bro. I was one of those kids that I didn't have my dad, and my mom was always working to fill in that void. So I had to go to these community centers, bro. I had to go there and shit like that. So it was only right that when I got old enough to give that back into the community, bro. So I love to see that, bro. Like you've been put on for your community and now you're doing shit that's even more effective because now you're putting people onto Oceanside. You're making, bro. I got family out there and I ain't never visited them. You know what I'm saying? Like I see them, like we're close when they come out here, but now you're making me want to like check out Oceanside and see what it's about, bro. Like, and see what it's like because sometimes when you're growing up the way I grew up, bro, outside of LA, Compton, and all that shit, that was rare. You get what I mean, bro? Like, so, I love being outside, bro, but I couldn't go there. I love going to farms and going to, out in the open fields, but, that was just a dream to me, bro. So to see somebody that was able to do that and that came from all that, because I mean? You obviously love that for a reason because you've been out there. You've been doing the labor. You've been going out there working hard, and to be in hip hop and still making music, and your answer would be, "Oh, shit. If it wasn't for this, I'd be out there working without complaining, bro." Like some people will be like, "I once I made it, I ain't never going back to that shit." You know what I'm saying? I ain't never going back to no
Nah,
working
nah,
outside.
but don't get me wrong, man. Like like besides the music, like this is what I want to do, bro. This is it, like this for sure, man. Like I've been doing it for so long, man. Like I want to be the best at this genre, and I
Yeah.
think that the further that I get, the closer I get to where I see myself, and
So
I see
who
myself at the
answers
top,
that?
man.
who answers that? I'm sorry to cut you off, brother. Who answers that for you as far as being a GOAT? Is it you, or is it the fans that answer that?
Uh, it's it's the fans, of course, but it's also like career wise, career wise, I guess the numbers speak for that. Street wise, it's the word of mouth. It's the fans that speak for you.
Yeah,
You know, so you gotta have both, and that's what I'm aiming to get. You know, and I think that slowly but surely I'm getting there.
man. Yo, I just want to say thank you, bro. Like, because I'm not trying to kiss ass or anything, but I'm a Afakasi just like you, bro. And I don't see none of us up there, bro. I'm trying to put myself out there, but I don't see us out there. And then, bam, I get introduced to you, and then I see what I didn't get to see. You get what I'm saying, bro? So I just feel like it's a real honor, man. I want to give you your flowers. And I just want to tell you thank you, bro, for putting on. Like, it ain't even just the Afakasi thing, but it's just the simple fact that you are. You get what I'm saying?
Hey,
That's inspiring, bro. Like the race don't matter, bro. The music talks for itself. But like I said, man, like all we had really was Booyah Tribe and and we got Fati and Fiji in them, but that's island music. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
said
where
Pati and
you
Fiji.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Where
He
we're on
said
you and
Pati.
I like to say we're on the same boat as far as like we make hip hop, bro. Like we make rap for mainstream. That's not, you're not gonna hear too many. I put samples of 5 stars in my music. You know what I'm saying? Or in the ending tracks, I play the 5 stars, or I play other Samoan music to let people know. But when you hear my music, that's the only island that you're gonna hear. You get what I'm saying, bro? You're not gonna hear me speak, even from the way I speak, and the way you speak. You're not gonna hear us sounding like islanders, bro. But it's an awesome thing that we have that in there, bro. So, like I said, I just want to give you your flowers, man. Thank you for putting on, and
Thank you, man.
again, thank you for letting us interview, bro. Like I love Ellie, and I love Sasha, so I'm grateful that they always reach out to LA a lot with all these dope artists. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't, there's so many talent out there that we can't really keep our ears to everybody, so it's good to have other
Right.
connections of people that are keeping ears open for us. Sasha, Ellie, you know what I'm saying, they're definitely keeping the ears open for LA Unlocked, and this is your team and LA Unlocked. This is how we are, bro. We're connected like that. So before we go, bro, I want you to for those who don't know you or that already know you but don't know what's coming up next, let them know what you got going on, bro. What's your plan?
Man, uh, just ex- I just dropped the album One Nation Under the Funk, and
Yeah,
just expect a whole lot of visuals, man. You know, I love to put out visuals to my songs. You know, it kind of puts the face to the it kind of puts a face to the music. So just expect a lot of videos, man, pumping out. Especially going into summer, I'm about to be just knocking out
that's
videos.
right. That's G-Funk. That's the time G-Funk shine, bro.
Yeah,
That's what G-Funk shine.
yeah, bro. Summertime,
Yes, sir.
summertime's gonna go crazy, man. So just expect a whole flood of videos and content, man. Because
Any
this
any
is time.
shows? Can we come to your concerts or anything?
As far as shows, I got one. I think in June. I don't even know the days, man. But I got one in LA
Yeah.
in June, in the middle of June. And then after that, I have one. It's not locked in yet, so I might as well not announce it. But I only have a couple
Okay.
right now locked in. But I am trying to do something where I can go across the country and
Bet.
until I have everything locked in and good to go. I can't really say much now, but I look forward to announcing it and seeing everybody once I get to do more shows and go
Yes,
around
sir.
and just experience more. I'm yet to really like do a show on the East Coast, so I know it's
Mm.
due.
Fucking fun, nigga. Hey, I've done it, bro. Fucking fun, dude. They love. I don't know what it is, bro, but they love LA so much, dog.
Back and people gonna feel it for sure.
Yeah. No, I believe that, bro, and I hear it in your voice and I hear it in your confidence. Like, you really. I love to interview people where 5, 6 years from now, I'm not gonna be like, man, that was just a waste of interview.
Right.
So it's just,
Right.
it's dope to interview people that I know in 5, 6 years from now, they're gonna be even bigger. So I hope, obviously I don't want to wait that long, but I hope we can get you, back over here. You've already done so much for yourself, bro. So it's like it's not gonna be one of those come back when you're famous and tell us, because you're already famous and you're already doing your thing, bro. So I hope we can have you just to come back to continue your journey. Because you said, like you said, your story's beginning. It hasn't, it's not midway. It's not nowhere towards the end. It's just beginning. So, I hope you can come back when your journey is towards the middle, and tell us everything, bro. All the fun stuff that you've been going through, all the bitches that you fuck, nigga, all the, you know what I'm saying? Just all the experiences, bro, because, that's what we're here for. That's what I want to interview people so they can know you, bro. And I feel like after today, everybody's gonna know you for who you are, bro, and not just for what you do.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And I appreciate you guys tapping in to the
Oh, yeah.
Oceanside representative, man. LA and Oceanside, man, it's all love, bro. It's all love. It's all funk love.
Would you say there's a difference? Like, you've been to LA, right? Would you say it's different?
Um, Slightly, yeah.
Yeah.
We're Yeah, there's a slight difference, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, as Ice Cube would say, every hood's the same, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Everyone's hustling to make a dollar.
What's his name? DJ Quick. It's just like Compton. So I
Right.
imagine, bro. Like, so yeah, man. Thank you again, bro. And I look forward to seeing you again, bro. I'm about to follow you. I go by Steve Demar, bro. I don't know if I told you, but my name is Steve Demar. And thank you, Oos. Thank you, man, for letting me interview, bro. Like, I
Yeah, of
appreciate
course.
it, man.
Of
All
course,
right,
man.
brother.
Appreciate
Everybody,
you.
man.
Yeah, appreciate you and everybody that tapped in, man. Thank you.
Yeah, much love, brother. Be safe, man. Oh, shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So there you have it, y'all, man. Y'all, you guys gotta understand, bro. I was mad excited to do this interview just because, like I was telling him, bro, I'm Samoan and Mexican too, man, and you don't really see too much of us. Uh, Not even just the Samoan side, Mexicans as well. You don't see too many in this music industry killing it and putting on, and I'm seeing it, bro, and I loved it. Shout out Ellie, shout out to Sasha, shout out M3 on the track, shout out LA on lock. Um, Thank you, man, for everybody that was commenting. It's for y'all. This is really what we do this for. For y'all. It would have sucked if we had no viewers. So thank you guys, everybody that tuned in, that jumped in. Much love. Like again, I go by Steve Demar. That's Steve spelled regular with a V, and then Demar is Damar. Like I always tell people, like Kendrick Lamar, but with a D instead of an L. Um, let's link up, y'all. MDC Clothing. I appreciate y'all, man. Reach out to me. Again, man, I will be sharing this video. And anybody out there, I want y'all to know, if you're a rapper or singer, and you're really committed and you're trying to do this shit, and you got a cool catalog, you ain't even gotta have a manager or a talent agency behind you or none of that. If you got a catalog and you've been really, really focused on this shit, please reach out to us, man. LA Unlock Official at gmail.com. Send in your music. We'll definitely have people that review it. We'll always get an email right away. Somebody will respond to you and show you love. We want all of our artists. It don't matter you from Compton, China, Hawaii. I don't give a motherfuck. If you make music and you're confident in yourself and you want help trying to make it in there, bro. That's what we're here for at LA Unlock. Reach out to me, Steve Demar. You can reach out to LA Unlock, the actual page, or you can reach out to N3 on the track. He just left a comment right now. And the number 3, and then all it on the track. It's all one word. Thank you guys again for your time, man. Much love, and I'll see y'all when we do the next interview. Much love. Peace.